Good Saturday afternoon, friends and neighbors. Tessuigi at the desk, and wow, my mic is peaking today. Y'all are gonna have to tell me if it's coming in a little too hot. New microphone, new problems. You know how it is. We are in the midst of, right, the very beginning of the free agency period here in the 2028-2029 off season. We've got the first year draft coming, and I've scouted some tasty looking players who could be helping out our cause, as well as you can see, I have thrown minor league contracts just about everywhere because our minor league team is bereft of pitchers at this time. Also, not shown on the intro slide, but something I did between streams is I went and posted our former franchise center fielder, Etsuji Kita. I only gave him a posting fee of $1 million. I'll take him off the untouchable. We'll see if he actually takes the posting, or if the no trade clause is going to hamper that. I'm surprised the game let me post him, to be honest, but if he does get posted, we at least get out of the remaining 8.5 years or $1 million on his contract extension, which he signed 2 years ago, and I've regretted since because, I mean, Kita is good. Still like a above replacement player. Ogasawara is better. Comes out of nowhere to put up 3.5 wins above replacement and win the Golden Glove at center field. Gotta love the 80 rated center fielder. Oh, and he can play third in a pinch too. So I've done some initial scouting to see how we can do, or how we can improve there. Basically, I see for this team, the primary issues are the bullpen. We don't have a true closer, as much as Mitch Spence looks like a good option. Our foreign players are limited. We have Pat the Bat, Hinojosa, Spence, and that's it. We let go of Fleming, we let go of McGill. So the bullpen has taken a bit of a knock. He's going to be so hard to lose. Koichi Kobayashi. And, oh yeah, the owner cut our budget. So we're bumping up against our payroll limits for this year. Next two are going to be tight. That's why I'm hoping I can post Kita, so that way I don't have to worry about Awaihara's contract. That way I can give Kimura the multi-year extension that he so rightfully has earned. You know, face of the franchise, Enya Kimura. The team is good, don't get me wrong. It just, could they be better? And I mean, like, this is Kaito Ito's last chance, basically, to prove that he can handle first base. If not, he is going to get cut because he is part of the Kozono rule. We traded for him, so we can't actually play him. Let's take a look at first baseman. I mean, foreign first baseman is an obvious thing to go pick up. Someone like Yu Chang would be interesting, although the avoid Ks worries me a little bit. I keep looking at Jonah Bride as an option. Only had a cup of tea at the majors. Spent a couple years in the indie leagues where he hit the absolute snot out of the ball for Lexington there. So, like 2.6 million, I could probably swing that, maybe. THF and the Gore Gang, good to see y'all. Hello, hello, hello. Selrak Gitter, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. And there's another reason why I've called this episode Free Agency, and that's because of some outside of the game personal news. I am a free agent now. I resigned from my previous employer on Thursday. I'm going to take December off, so don't be surprised if you see a few more streams coming your way from yours truly. And then in 2023, it's going to be a year of exploration to radically reinvent who I am out in a professional sense. There may be some baseball stuff going on in that respect too. I'll keep you posted on as much as I can. Most of that's going to be under my own name, not the Tetsuiji alias. But where I can do crossover stuff, I'll fill you in on that. Oh, and as the title implies, among the things I've done is I've taken a look at the draft pool. Folks, I do not mean to alarm you, but there's a knuckleballer in the draft. Dang it, the alarm's taking too long to load. Knuckleballer alert. So we kind of have to draft this guy. I mean, look at the results at the high school level. Oh, Cubs fan 23 Steve, thank you. And also, thank you for the follow and Batmanahan. Much appreciated. Look at the high school stats. He's made... How many starts is that? 41 starts. No losses. Minus 0.32 Sierra. This is ridiculous. I stopped looking for knuckleballers because I thought, they'll never show. No, we don't get knuckleballers. The game is like, oh, how wrong you are. Because there was a knuckleballer who spawned last year, or 2 years ago, in Yukinobu Miura. He added a splitter. He got talent changed kind of heavy. Wow, that looks fun. And he was a part of the team that won the Japan Series this year. That's true. He did not pitch against Matsumae. Speaking of which, let's take a look on the meme crossover. This is what I mean about how my minor league system is absolutely depleted pitcher-wise. All the pitchers who would be on this minor league team are up with the bigs. Kanegi Jr. probably going to turn to a decent reliever in due time. She's going to turn 19 during the off season. I'm really curious to see how she handles. This is a reliever profile, don't get me wrong. I can't believe we're actually going to have a meme on the team. I mean, we've also got guys who are on the 40-man or on the 70-man roster who I've called up just for the sake of calling them up. Like Hashimoto here probably needs another season to bake before we give him the reins up at the big club. But that's also why I've gone out and issued like 4 minor league deals to the cheapest pitchers I could find in Misaki, Nemoto, Kaneko, and Hanada. Hanada could probably turn into something decent, but you know, I'll take my options. So, foreign player closer, great idea. Foreign player first baseman or third baseman. Among the things I scouted were guys like Manea retired. Rats. I keep an eye on some of the guys from my my previous saves, like Manaya. It was Eduardo Garcia who caught my eye. Big gap guy, only 26 years old. And only looking for like 2-point-something million. But if he's going to go to the Barnstormers, I can just buy him for $250,000. So, you sign there, buddy. Go do that. The other one who caught my eye was Johan Camargo, and he's more your typical third baseman profile. I don't believe that is Daniel Misaki. Nope, son of a gun, you're right. That is Daniel Misaki. Big Red Fury. And T. Fiorit, thank you for the follow. So after the Mariners, it looks like he went... Yeah, the stuff with the Brewers didn't actually show here in his history. He bounced over to the Tochigi Golden Braves of the Baseball Challenge League. Then he did some minor league work with the Yomiuri organization. Tried to break in with the Ehime Honda Comets. Did succeed in pitching 17 starts for the Comets, but that is that's a ghost ship of a franchise. So we're just gonna flesh out the minor league team and wait for the frenzy to start. We have to be patient and we have to be judicious with how we spend our cash. We are sitting on $4 million in cash, and as long as Kita gets posted, we're in good shape, because that takes off a lot of unnecessary salary from the books. Oh no! We could lose Carrera. Yeah, I'd lock you in for 3 years. You mesh well. You're an amazing part of our front office. I'd be willing to offer a 3-year extension. Okay, so fended off that argument. Sorry, Detroit. But we take care of our own. Here you can see the results from the last postseason run that we did on the Saturday Starlight. We swept the Giants in back-to-back one-run games. Then we got into a squabble with the Carp. They won the pennant, so they got the 1-game head start. We were up 3-2, but we blew it in Game 6 big time. And then Koichi Kobayashi has the worst game of his career in Game 7, and we lose that as well. Alright, looks like we managed to get all of our minor league guys signed, so at least the minor league system is not completely bereft of pitchers. This is good. So, into the first-year draft. Let's see who wins the draft lottery among the non-playoff teams. We're currently projected to take Shiro Fuji. I mean, he's a DH. We want Kuroda. I want that knuckler. But we'll see who takes what. The Ehime Honda Comets have won the draft lottery and moved from 5th to 1st. The Okinawa Kirin Spirit move 1 spot down. And the Tigers miss out the most, moving from 3rd to 6th. Ooh, that hurts. Okay, I've got some guys scouted. I mean, Aono will probably not come for us. He's a first baseman, but wow, that bat. Tanabe looks like a third baseman of the future, especially since he's a switch hitter. If we wanted to replace Tenko, Shuzo Suzuki with an 80i looks really impressive. Yamashita has the best catcher ability and is a leader type. More likely, we'll end up picking someone like Hashimoto here as a first baseman. I feel like he can do well, especially given the OPSs he's putting up. But our dearth of players on the pitching side means we're going to be drafting pitchers 1, 2, unless someone big on my list is still available on the batter side. Yaguchi, 3 pitches. Thankfully, none of them are a change-oof. The 50 movement scares me, but very interesting player. Mitsunaga, also interesting because he's got that fastball already up to 40. We know we want the knuckler. Nishio, curious option. And then you've got Koyama, who we know is a ground and pound type. You know how much I love these guys. The 50 control, or the 25 control out of 50 worries me because I've run to a bunch of guys who had that and didn't develop. And he's got the starts of a change oof, but thankfully it's already at 30. And then we got Shibata, who does have a change oof, but extreme ground baller, I like him, especially since he throws lefty. Alright. I'm not even going to take a look at guys like Kubo, who's already ready to play. Or Takeda, ditto, already ready to play. Ah, Big Red. So yes, there was some expansion in, I think, the first season we played in 2020, just after 2022. The Pacific League only expanded. The Okinawa Kirin Spirit playing in Naha, and the Ehime Honda Comets playing on the island of Shikoku in Matsunaka. Or Matsuyama. The Central League, the league we're in, has not expanded because they're old guys, traditionalists, do not want. My rule is whenever I do an NPB save in, I always expand one league before the other. You have to wait for one of the two expansion teams to make the postseason before the other league, sub-league, gets off its duff and then adds the other two teams. I've got the Sumitomo Arrows, the Niigata Komatsu Bears, the Nagano Marukome Flames, all ready to go as expansion teams. Probably not going to do the Arrows this time. I might do Niigata and Nagano, we'll see. But if we take a look at the history, if we take a look at the Comets, the best they finished was 4th. They missed the playoffs barely in 2027. They missed it by 1 game. Or sorry, by 2.5 games. And the Spirit were right on their tail. It's the first time that the Spirit have really been in the mix. The best they finished is 5th. And it's worth pointing out, and I keep pointing this out because it's funny to me, the Comets drafted, yes, I nicknamed him Maiku Torauto, the Mike Trout of this game, like a respawn, in that he can also play infield too. 3 MVP awards, put up a 9.2 wins above replacement season with 57 home runs to set the NPB record for domestic players, beating Murakami's record in real life that he just set this year by 1. The Comets have been nowhere near the postseason. That's why he's this saves Mike Trout. But he's going to be getting some help. The Comets are drafting first. The Ehime Honda Comets will select with the first overall selection. They go with the pitcher Norietsu Shibata. So one of the guys I had my eye on. Very interesting call. The Spirit are probably thrilled that they are going to be able to get their guy, Aono, who really should be a first baseman and not a second baseman. Future phenom offensively. I mean, if he fulfills his potential, whoo boy. The Swallows are going to be picking up Akira Ishikawa as a third baseman. Defensive focus, contact bat. Interesting option. You'll notice the filter I've got here, good beans. So specifically, we're not looking for people who've got low intelligence, low work ethic, and are injury prone. So if you're already fragile, you're not getting picked by me. The Hawks will take the Major League ready Takada. Outfielder, first baseman type. The Dragons are going to go for the Major League ready Shoshiti Kubo. Left-handed outfielder, big power bat coming out of college. Avoid case is a bit worrisome, but it's not like we have a lot of stuff in this league. Tigers catcher of the future in Yamashita. So that was one of the guys I had my eye on. They like the defense. They don't mind that the offense is kind of bleh. The Eagles. No! Okay, I'm still going to keep him shortlisted, but the Eagles got our knuckleballer. Ah! We got to be more watchful for that. All right, Marinis. The Marines will pick up Tanabe. The Giants, boo. Giants are going to pick up Muneyuki Mishima. Interesting outfield option. The Buffs, the Orcs Buffaloes, go for a shortstop in Ushijima. He's like Enya Kimura, but crappier. Okay. By the way, I have on my link tree that's included on my channel the links to the NPB uniform mods that I built for Out of the Park Baseball 22. I haven't updated to the 23 uniform maker. It is too complicated for me to learn. I'm sticking to what I know. The 2023 uniforms that are starting to filter out for the NPB teams. Hiroshima's got a new pair. Chunichi's got a new pair. Seibu's got a new home jersey. Fighters have a new third. I'll get to them. I have time on my hands coming up. And maybe I will finally learn how to use the new uniform maker that Eric Jaffe has put together. Maybe. I like to keep my stuff consistent. Lions are going to go with Masanori Tsutsumi. That's a questionable pick. The Japan Series champion, Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. They're going to take Shiro Fuji. Because they're a DH league. We're not. So it's us. It's the Bay Stars. And all of the big pitchers I had mentioned, except for the knuckleballer, are available. Koyama's there, but we already have too many guys who pitch like him. Nishio is a mixed option. Our choices are Yaguchi or Mitsunaga. Two high schoolers. Yaguchi looks like a strikeout demon if he can meet his potential. I like the more blended profile that Mitsunaga gives, also the fact that he's a ground baller, but they're all three fastball, curveball, slider combos. The fact that Yaguchi's got his stuff a little more built out kind of gives me some hope. A Verlander type, okay. I also like the hold runners. Oh, and he's a leader too. Also dominated in high school. Like, either of these guys would be solid. Both of them have microscopic FIPS. 70, 70, 75. I'm normally worried about movement not developing. I mean, there is no such thing as a pitching prospect. I get that. But I've neglected the pitching side of my organization for so long. Okay, Esaki looks like an interesting choice. If he's still around later on, we might go with him. And then there's Nishio, who may end up being our next round. Ishii looks pretty darn good too, but he's more the kind of player I'd pick if I was doing like the Buffalo save, where we focus on contact and avoid keys. We were pests in that respect. Hey, Inertia, let's go, yahoo! Yeah, man, I used to be able to do a better Mario voice. It's me, Mario. Maybe before I started using my voice too much. But this saves more focus on like I more than avoid K. Goes well, goes well. Are you streaming later today? Give you a shout out if the MLM is going. Alright, you know what? He's durable. We're gonna pick Yaguchi. That's also who my scouting director chooses. So, the Yokohama DNA base starts with the first overall selection. I've selected from Urawa Gakuin, Kofu Yaguchi as our first overall, or as our first round selection. Guy looks good in pinstripes. Ishii goes to the Carp. And now we're into the second round with the regular draft order. So Mitsunaga's still there, as is Shuzo Suzuki. So what do they see in Mitsunaga that I don't? Okay, the OSA definitely thinks he's more of a big stuff guy. Versus the more balanced view. I might try and pick up Hashimoto later. That might be a third round pick. Well, too late in the season to mow his grass. So THF, I don't know what the equivalent is in Fahrenheit, but it's 11 degrees and sunny here in Tirana. Alright, so of the pitchers, let's focus on pitchers. Because we do need to fill that out. So Shoin Yamauchi, kind of a jerk, but can bat. You know, we're the only league left in the world that still has the pitcher's bat. Evil Zed, thank you for the follow. Miwa could be a bullpen guy. And I've also got Kaneshiro here as a late option to go for the bullpen. Fastball, curveball, change, oof. Maybe he learns a third pitch. So we're going to go with Mitsunaga here. Go pitcher 1-2, which is, for us, a rarity. Alright, let's see. Go to round 3. Shuzo's still there. Do we go with Kaneshiro or do we go with a catcher? I mean, there's still good pitchers in the draft, too. We got a bumper crop here, apparently. Now, in terms of catchers for us, Shuzo Suzuki basically fits our bill exactly who we're after. In terms of the guys we have, we've got Tenko, who is an absolute stud, and I adore him. We got Pat the Bat Winkle. Bit splitsy, could probably play some first base if we needed him to. And he's a captain. And Takeshi Ishibashi. Defensively, but the bat's there, at least. Do we need another catcher? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because alright, so on the minors we only have 2 catchers, in Tai Abe and Kenji Hirata. So we probably could stand to get another one, especially since Abe seems to be struggling. Yeah, let's go with the best batter, the best eye left in the draft, in Suzuki. Tempting as it is to go for someone like a Kawamoto, first basemen in my organization are basically failed other players. So, Shuzo Suzuki becomes our next catcher. Let's flip back to pitchers. And let's see if some of the guys we like are still hanging around. Okay, so let's go with Kaneshiro as our 4th round pick. And let's immediately see if we can... Oh, as a bullpen guy, Oh, that's a stopper. That's a stopper for sure. I'm also tempted by Motohiro Suzuki here. Even if his college stats aren't as good. Oh, he's playing in Tokyo Big Six. Okay. If he's playing for Meiji, that's Tokyo Big Six League. The control's a bit worrisome. Change oof. Let's see if he hangs around. No, he's not even going to stick around that long. I'm glad that we were able to flesh out the team a little bit more. But now I feel like we need to focus on the batters because we've neglected that. We're in round 5. Do we even have anyone good out there? Okay, there are some options. Anyone I had highlighted? No. Yeah, the switch hitting third baseman's already gone, man. First round. Alright, so we got someone like Shinsuke Kimura, who... no. I mean, interesting batting profile, but needs the bat. He can't just get on base. Fujishiro. 55-45. Primary third baseman, could play first. Might go with Fujishiro. I mean, Lord knows we're swimming in third base people right now. Kenta Kato. Ooh. Another outfielder. I mean, we've already got Zaijiro Date. We've already got Jushiro Kaneshiro. We don't really need more outfielders, I don't think. Shinoda as a second baseman. You know what? I'm kind of leaning Fujishiro here. Or do we go with someone like Kawabata and hope the eye improves? Kawabata is not normally our usual go-to in terms of bat profile. But if he is the best player left in the draft, I mean, that's the rule. You go with the best one. Yeah, the defense, 60, 70, 70. Like, this is a 3 outfield position player. Alright, who was the guy we previously thought we were going to try and get? Fujishiro? Let's see if he still sticks around. Oh yeah, he's still there. Alright, so we'll take him 6th round then. For some reason, I always over-prioritize third baseman over other player types. Let's add one more pitcher. Kumagai is interesting because I think his bat plays as much as his pitching does. Or do we go with like a pure stuff guy? Oh no, this was the guy we were looking after. Kiyohara Kondo. Yes, the movement stinks, but movement can be improved. If the control works, and he's a lefty, and he's durable, Kiyohara Kondo. Alright, maybe we went with a pitcher too early, or the catcher too early. I mean, as a 3rd round pick, I'm happy with that one. I think that was the right call to make. Let's take a look here, see if anyone's still got a decent eye and some power behind it. Ida here could work. You know what, we'll take Shinoda and we'll move him to 2nd. My scout thinks we should take Akitada Hayashi. Low work ethic, though. He's got a DH profile, but I do like the bat. You know what, let's take one that's Not usually our scene. Yeah, let's take Hayashi. Now what does my scout think? Left-handed starter Hashimoto. No, we're not going to take him. He's too much of a bundle of nerves. Let's grab Tamura as an infielder. Looks like he can play just about anywhere. And let's go with Nakamura. Maybe he can figure out how to throw straight. Okay. We drafted a lot of pitchers this round. Now we're up to 17 pitchers in the minor league system. That's what I wanted to see. Is Eijiro Kawabata's a two-way guy? I mean, he's not a good two-way guy, but we'll at least let him explore. He throws 6 things, none of them well. Very interesting. Hayashi is our upcoming new DH. That I'm on board with. Otherwise, I don't see anyone displacing who we've got. Maybe Shuzo Suzuki needs to take out Tai Abe. Alright, let me go to my short list and clear out the ones who wound up elsewhere. So Hashimoto went to the Buffs. As long as I figure out he's a first baseman, he'll do well. And then pitchers. Keep the 2 knucklers on there. Ishio to the Spirit, that tracks. Koyama to the Swallows in the second round, okay. Sanraku Sato. All these high schooler aces are coming up, and hopefully that they're all good. Miwa Yamauchi. Unshortlist those guys. So Yuya Yanagi's back in the league, but 1.5 million, yeah, and I can't guarantee anything. Old man Ayumu Ishikawa may be our Bork Rule acquisition, but we'll see. Now the fun part, the deep off-season. Let's get to the winter meetings and see if we can't swing a deal. I also find it funny that 2 of the guys they're trying to post are Tyler Austin and Andrew Suarez back to the majors. Yeah, see how well that goes. By the way, is there some background noise coming through on the microphone? That, new mic. Trying to get the settings right. Not sure if the gain is too high. Oh, thanks, Evil Zed! Or is it Evil Zed? I can't tell. Up here in Canada, we always say Zed. I will say the most baffling move made so far this offseason is that Fukashi Takazawa, who won the Central League batting title, is available on the market. So Hagen Donner went to the Angels. If Kita does get posted, then Takazawa is an obvious ad. We can't afford. Evil Zed! Got it. We can't afford any of these folks. Let's see. Yeah, see, Takazawa's available. He's ridiculously good, and he's only asking for 360k. Problem is, if we get him, does that mean Hinojosa moves to first? He's also not really my style of player in this save. Maybe if Kita gets posted, maybe. Masataka Yoshida left the Astros after he's been posted. He's looking to come back. No. Not giving you that much money. I mean, we could always sign the guy who hit the Game 7 extra innings walk-off home run against us in 2024. Because he lost his starting job with the Fighters, got his free agency, and dipped. I think what we may have to do is just be really, hands-off. And just not bother with monkeying around with the team too much. Especially when we got guys like Date knocking on the door to come up to the big club. We put together a really, really good crew, I feel like. Let's take a look and see who's on the trading block. There's a lot of folks on the trading block. Jeff Singer, the baseball slinger, is available from the Tigers. He's inexpensive. He could take one of our foreign player slots. We wouldn't ride him like a rented mule like they did. Oh yeah, there was one postseason we just made mincemeat out of him. Dez223, thank you for the follow. So that might be an option. Lee Seung-min, no, though he's extreme ground baller, he is fragile. Tigers want to get out from the Oyama contract. Because we could always move Awaihara from third to second, put Tokuma Miyamoto on the bench as our defensive sub, and then bring in someone like a Yusuke Oyama. I mean, our team's mostly made up of a good chunk of Tigers anyway. They want Awaihara, Hinojosa, Kobayashi, Kozuno, Miyamoto, or Tenko. That's the other thing. Our team is quite young. I mean, Kozuno frustrates me, but last season was one of his best. 2027, I'm going to take as an aberration, and this is more in line with what he's capable of. So no, I'm not going to take on Oyama. Kondo's available from the Hawks. Kondo is the kind of player I would want on this team. We'd have to eat money, but the Hawks have always been good to us, and they just want a salary dump. No, we're not trading Kanegi Jr. Do we trade one of the guys we just signed to a minor league deal? Hey, I rock this. Hello, hello. We have to make it at least somewhat honest. I think we gotta give them Shimada. How much money are they willing to eat? This is a go-for-it deal. Yes, we eat a lot of money. But our third baseman goes from this to this. Oh, wait a minute. His home run power is gone. His doubles dropped. His OPS fell 200 points. Now, is that an aberration because the Hawks stunk? Or is he actually getting nerfed at age 35 because of how old of All right, let's park that one. Let's think on it. And let's see if we can't swing a deal for Singer and Oyama together. I'd be okay with giving up Kuroki there for Singer. Because they're not going to give us Natori, although I would love to have him. Their actual closer. So if we package... Oyama and Singer. Okay, alright, now we're in the realm of reality. Shimada and Kuroki for Oyama and Singer. Yes, it means we're getting old. But Singer has been inconsistent, but at least he's a closer. At least his ERA is stuck in the threes. As long as we don't overuse him, he'll be fine. And he's fantastic at keeping the ball in the park. Paired with a good catcher like Tenko, that works. Now, Oyama. Younger than Kondo. Right-handed bat. Add some pop. And Fugit, thank you for the follow. Alright, so we got two deals on the go. One, Shimada for Kondo straight up, which would really hurt our budget. The other, Kuroki and Shimada, two guys who probably aren't going to make the club. Like, Shimada, he's supposed to be better than this, but he keeps striking out way, way too much. He had a flash of brilliance last year, and since then it's just been inconsistent. I trusted him in 2026, and he did not respond. That's why Awaihara took over at third. So if we do this, Oyama gets to reunite with Aoyagi. Both of them get to be free agents together. 5-time All-Star. The fact that the Tigers are willing to eat all the Oyama deal. Okay, if they're eating all the Oyama deal, that's a little different. I think this is the deal we make. So Shimada, frustrating as hell. Kuroki, decent defender, but the bat is not there. Not compared to Kimura or Miyamoto or any of the other guys we got. Here goes. And because of the Kozono rule, we can't trade these guys later. Singer and Oyama both get promoted. Singer, the Slinger, becomes our new closer. I think he'll do well. He seems happy. And Oyama is going to be our new third baseman. So I'm going to force start Awaihara at second. Flip Kurimoto over to left. I like this because now we've got some right-handed pop and power. Actually, he's pretty balanced between the two sides. We'll see if I regret this deal. The fact that Oyama is basically playing for us gratis is fun. And if he plays well, hey, maybe we can get an extension out of him. It also lightens the burden for next season by a little bit. In terms of budget. We are continuing to push the button on the "Let's go win now" machine. Alright, we're going to do our Hall of Fame voting in just a moment, but first I want to see what the trade the Marines and the Hawks made. Oh, the Hawks have been busy. There's actually been trades going on. Alright, so Kazuki Yoshikawa to the Lions. So the Spirit took him for one season after he left our organization, and now he's with the Lions. For Kenju Morita. Yuck. Noodlebat. Koya Fuji to the Marines. Good pitcher. For Yoshiaki Miura. Trash. That looks like a contract dump. And then another deal going on. Inoue, who looks like a interesting starter option. And Takashige Takasaki, second baseman, Noodlebat, to the Hawks for Lee Seung-min to the Carp. So the Carp are still trying to go for it next season. They did win the pennant. Doesn't surprise me that much. So the question now becomes, how do we manage our foreign players? Because we've got... Yuhei Sato is actually a dual citizenship, Brazilian-Jamaican. So we got Hinojosa as one, Pat the Bat, Mitch Spence, and Jeff Singer. I think we need to look at a first baseman, because I don't trust Kaito Ito. Wow, they are really not digging Oyama as a third base option. We could also look at a foreign starter just to pad the rotation until Okita is healthy again. So Eduardo Garcia went to Barnstormers. I like Oyama better because he's free. Don't need another third baseman at this point, I don't think. So let's take a look at... I mean, first base is a typical foreign player slot in NPB. Let's be real here. Because it's for guys with big sticks who can't field worth a bleep. There's Nathaniel Lowe. Rhys Hoskins would be hella fun. Especially since he's got a decent eye and isn't absolute garbage with a void case. I suppose I do. Alright, JB doesn't want to join our organization. Ah, big fella. Yes. Ooh, he wants 5 mil. Could always get Jiman Choi. Nate Lowe, former Blue Jay. Okay. What does he want? $13 million. Okay, we're going to wait on that move. We're going to sit and wait. Tanaichi to the Hawks for way too much money. That may be why they were looking to offload some cash. Gunji to the Giants. Pinder to the Giants. Interesting. Oh, it said I was going back to the Carp. Okay, that's a feel-good story. Nakagawa was like stupid good last year. He wants stupid money. I think we can definitely improve the bullpen once players get cheaper. Alright. Aoki, Ballantine, Fukudome. Matsuda. Matsui. Ramirez. Tsuyoshi Wada. I'm just picking like rando, like names I recognize as good. Who was close to making it last time? Shinosuke Abe, Fujikawa. Got space for one more on the ballot. Don't like Wakui. Don't like Miyanishi. Hirano, Might be Iguchi. Yeah, let's give Iguchi my option. Okay. Maybe we'll actually elect someone this time. We seem to have an issue with that. And if you're wondering why I keep trading with the Tigers, it's because I'm also a Hanshin Tigers fan first and foremost. My second NPB save that I did in Out of the Park was leading the Hanshin Tigers to win a championship every other year, basically. And if you're wondering why Brady House is on my short list, it's because I signed Brady House after Bob Nutting decided not to offer him arbitration. He got drafted by the Pirates in my game. This was in Out of the Park 20, to be clear. Or 20 or 21? Might have been 21. No, it was 20, because 21 I played the Shizuoka Arrows. And what Brady House did in that Hanshin Tigers save was ridiculous. How about a 12.3 wins above replacement season as a third baseman? 51 home runs, slashing 331, 455, 719 for a 224 OPS plus. So I keep an eye out for when Brady House is available. So that way I can add him. I would very much like to keep the meme. Like, he's my meme. There's a Discord server that Dishnet and I wound up on at the same time. I think it's largely focused on Power Pros, but there's room in there for out of the park stuff in Japan, like mine. All right, let's hit the skids on the autoplay and see if there's any new off-season news. Buffalo spending money. Sawada to the Eagles. Kutani to the Comets. Okay, that's unexpected. Surprised he went for so cheap. Oh, that's because he's had an atrocious last year with Chunichi. Yasuhiro Ogawa to the Lions, or to the Hawks. 3 years at age 38. I have lost track of what the Hawks are trying to do. They are this saves Yankees, just spending money and money and money and money. And we can't add anyone because... Oh, nope. Okay, now we do actually have budget for next year. Hey, now. Gutierrez wants $4 million. I really like the idea of bringing in Rhys Hoskins. But I'm not going to pay him 5.5 mil. Heimer Candelario, formerly of San Antonio. Alright, we're going to still be playing cards extremely close to chest. We're not going to bother with that. Basically, our finances are kind of messed up until Koichi Kobayashi hits age 25, wants to go to North America, and I post him for max fee. The guy's got 100 stuff in this league. Best second-round pick in my team's history. Ryusei Oe to the Marines. Taisho Tamai to the Buffs. Okay, so the Buffs look like they're spending money. What I'd love to see as a future add into the off-season center is seeing who spent the most money, not just who's acquired who from where. And I know the longer you get into the deep off-season, the cheaper the free agent contracts get. Spring training, they get really inexpensive. That may be when we try to negotiate our Enya Kimura extension. Because our franchise shortstop only has 2 more arbitration years yet. We gotta extend him. Yay! Etsuji Kita has been posted. Welcome to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Etsuji Kita. Oh, that's a load off. We got $1 million in additional cash. Let's go sign Rhys Hoskins. Ooh. Okay, we've got money for next year now. Bless up. That's how you wriggle out of a Kozono rule. You post the guy for cheap. That's still way too much money. And although Kaito Ito, like I want to like him, I really do. I mean, I've had Brian Anderson in my games before. He's also a fun player. Doesn't want to join us. Fine. Nick Solak, though. 3.6 mil. No. We're gonna go for big fella. We're gonna go sign big fella, and he's gonna hit big dingers all day. Will you accept what What? Actually, let's do a 1 year and team option with a buyout of around 400k. Would you accept this offering? All right. Let's go with 4.4 million for 1 year. Very well then. I will talk to you later. Okay, another Cuban refugee. Like our Jose Hinojosa, randomly created. Okay, with Oyama, this looks like a more power-heavy lineup. I like the look of that. And with Kita successfully posted, we've removed one of our log jams. Oh, the fighter's owner just died. Wait a minute. Is Kitayama still available? Oh, Takazawa. Yes, he is. Let's just swoop in and steal someone from under the carp's nose. Let's give you 660k, but we're not going to make you a starter. This could help us move Hinojosa to first, and then we don't need to go sign another foreign bat. I know he's not normally the kind of guy I go after, but hey, if you got it, flaunt it. Tsugo wants way too much money, although I'd love to have him back. Does that also mean we should go out and try and find another pitcher then? Wow, pitchers got expensive. I'm not going to give $1 million to someone who will just end up being part of a bullpen. Thank you. Spence to the bullpen, Shun Murakami, who I traded for, into the rotation. We need lefties in the rotation. All right, let's get to the Hall of Fame voting results, and then maybe we'll see about adding a foreign first baseman. The Hawks throwing around that Masayoshi Son money. We are going to go until about 4 o'clock Eastern today, and then we're going to be raiding into the official Out of the Parks development channel. AZ Axel, I know that's not his actual name, but shush, is going to be streaming Backyard Project. Science Saturday returns. Although I'm pretty sure they're getting... It must be in the semifinals or finals at this point. And they have a separate set of drops. So happy Paxgiving. There are 10 additional packs available for watching him. Then at 6 o'clock, Nersha Bayinko with the Major League Managers goes at 6 o'clock. I've already said that twice. Redundancy, Department of Redundancy. And then at 9 o'clock Eastern, it's Baseball Bingo. Saturdays is with the stream team. Saturdays is for the Out of the Park boys. Ah, thanks, I rock this. Nobuhiro Matsuda actually just signed with the Yomiuri Giants because they like their old guys. The key for the Bay Stars, for this team that I'm putting together, is going to be keeping all the youngsters together as long as we can and then supplementing them with additional old farts. Like, as good of a Golden Glove as Tokuma Miyamoto had, a Waihara's bat is that much better. I'm pretty sure the two of them will share time, and then a Waihara can just shift over to third, sub out for Oyama, or Oyama can move to first. Options abound. And if Takazawa's ours, then we have a very, very good problem. Because that probably means Haruyuki Ogasawara, our Golden Glove center fielder, has to take a seat. Alright, haven't heard from Takazawa. Did our fax machine just not connect with his? Yeah, it's still pending. Okay. It's a long time to be pending. Especially for one of the best center fielders in the game. I mean, you compare him with Hirayama. Hirayama probably has to move to right field. Like, ideally, if we get Takazawa, he plays left. Hirayama moves to third or to right. Hinojosa goes to first. And that way Ogasawara can stay in center. Because batting-wise, it is a no-brainer. Takazawa is the better player. But there's a reason we've nicknamed him Jido. That means automatic. Ogasawara is why we were able to post Kita. Adding a batting champion to this lineup. Hiroshima Udance. The only thing I can think of is maybe there was a storyline involving a guru. That's why he got let go. Maybe. We're doing this all on the 13th lowest payroll in the bigs. Takazawa's still working on his offer. News involving player. Oh, he won the batting title. I have no idea why nobody else is going after him. Hall of Fame results. Alex Ramirez comes up 1 vote short. Oh my lord. Can we elect someone, please? Look, I know that Japan has an issue electing foreign players into the Hall of Fame. Tuffy Rhodes should have already been in there. Randy Bass has a case to make. Gene Back probably does too. It can't just be Victor Starfin for now and anon, amen. Ramirez deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And yes, he's a former member of the Bay Stars organization, former manager, as well as former player. You do not get to 2,000 hits in NPB, 380 home runs, 55 wins above replacement, and not make it into the Hall of Fame. Interesting. Ryutaro Okajima got released, or wasn't drafted. Oh, that's why. He's not that good of a catcher. Urushi Hara also didn't, or went undrafted. Let's take a flyer on Urushi Hara. Minor league deal, why not? Gabriel Gonzalez looks like a fun player. Who knows his value already, so 3 million. Yee. Reese's asking price went up. Alright, I can wait you out, man. Evan White would also be fun as like a defensive first baseman, but we'll see about that. I still think first base is going to be where we improve unless we sign Takazawa, in which case we've got some rearranging to do in the outfield. It is a very good problem to have. I'd like to wrap up just when we get to the start of the season. Opening day at home. We do the lineup intro, you know. Oh, and by the way, I do now have a new song to play for the postseason lineup intro that I think you might appreciate. It taps into an old favorite show of mine, Iron Chef. I know most of the music is copyrighted because it's from the Backdraft soundtrack, and that's why most what's the word I'm looking for? Replays? Reruns of it don't have those. Takazawa comes to the Bay Stars. 1 year, $660K. We got him. But we should give him his jersey number back. Who's got number 27 in our organization? Oh, Morita. Okay, so we're going to let Morita go back to number 24. Wait, who's got 24 then? Spence. I thought Spence had a different number before. No, he's always been 24. Okay. So Spence has seniority on that. Morita is going to go to 28. So that Takazawa can get 27 again. He gets his old jersey number back. Okay, so Hinojosa moves to first. Takazawa to left. Hirayama to right. I like that. I think that's going to be absolutely baller. We're going to have, like, gold glovers at every single position. Or at least, you know, we can sub in a gold glover. Like, Miyamoto, yeah, you can see we've got some defensive substitutions already. Hinojosa is your prototypical first baseman anyway. Oh, hey, he's a Ricky Henderson type. Bats right, throws left. Hirayama as a right fielder because he's got the arm. Is he splitsy? He is splitsy. Okay, so what about Takazawa? Like, we got to get Kurimoto in here too. I'll figure that out off stream. So now we kind of don't need to go out and get a Reese Hoskins, because we've got Hinojosa holding down first. I really like how this team's come together. Oh good, he finally got our fax a month later. Takazawa still got 2 R beers left. That's perfect. So you can tell, like, this is when our championship window is going to slam shut if we're not careful. He still wants 5 million on the extension. I don't think anyone in NPB is getting that kind of cash right now. Not in this save. Okay, Seiya Suzuki got gobs of cash from the Eagles to come back to Japan. And I bet they are regretting it right now, because he only played in 100 games last year and was only worth 2 wins above replacement. Good luck. Mori got way too much money to DH. Yamada got way too much money to bat a $188. Yamamoto just hasn't been the same. Odubel Herrera goes to the Dragons for 5.5 mil after winning a banding championship with Cebu. Very interesting. Oyama's on the top contracts list, yes, but he's being paid entirely by someone else. The only thing I can think of that would improve the team is getting another big bullpen arm. Or a new starter. Diego Castillo has shown he can throw. Nick Lodolo wants 19 mil. I mean, we're in the preseason now, so eventually prices will start to come down on these guys. We are opening the season at home against the Carp. Ooh, pennant rematch on March 30th. Do we go get Nate Pearson? No. Domingo Herman. Sean Herman is an interesting option. And he's another side armor for the rotation. And at only 25 years old, he could probably do well within our group. And that's all the starters. What about the bullpen? Castillo seems like the most reasonably priced one. Like 1.1 million for someone who could conceivably be our closer. Or at the very least will be a very good setup man. Let's give it till spring training starts and see if he signs somewhere else. We got the steal of the offseason anyway in Takazawa. Yeah, I know you're upset to see Tsutsugo leave. Wait, he only went to the independent leagues. He asked for 8.5 million. He winds up signing with the Chicago Blacks. We could just buy him back, but then he doesn't. Then we have too many good players on the roster. I mean, between Pat the Bat, Yuhei Sato, Tani, we've got the leadership in the club. That's not a concern. I can't wait to see what Singer the Slinger does with our club. All right, continuing through the deep off season. Singer's velocity is already starting to go down. Well, we'll give him a shot. The Equitest control's going up. Change-up is developing. Oh, he's going to be fun. He's going to be fun. Oh, Oyama's contact has gone down. Whatever. When he makes contact, he's going to hit the piss out of it. Kudimoto is a decent backup. Why do I care about this guy? Did I offer him a contract? Masataka Yoshida to the Eagles, that absolutely tracks. They're spending all that Rakuten money. Dragons have done well for themselves adding Tyra and Herrera. Buffaloes have just added like 5 guys to their bullpen, and apparently that makes 2 wins above replacement. And as for us, we added 3.2 wins above replacement by adding Takazawa. Alright, Diego Castillo's price has come down. Better than the remaining options of the local guys. Murakami's still looking for a contract. Okay. Old man Kenta Maeda still kicking around. At least without the expansion, the quality of the players and the player pool hasn't been diluted too much. But you can see, like, the Pacific League spends like drunken sailors, as do the Giants, and we're out here with like the 13th bet, with like the 4th lowest payroll, and still kicking butt. Because the team is all young at the same time. Which means they will be expensive at the same time, yes, but I'll manage. No way. Oh no, the Carp just made a big dumb deal. If that's who I think it is. Let me get out of the auto run, please. I rock this as it's Michael Stanton. Okay, so we got all the way to spring training. Giancarlo Stanton at age 39 to the Hiroshima Toyo Carp.
Do you think I want this?
Okay, he's hit 487 home runs in the majors. And now he signed a big honkin' deal with our pennant rivals. Suboptimal. Interesting. Look who came up onto the free agents list. So we could either get Diego Castillo for free, or we can spend a little bit of money and get a Jung Hae-young. Better stamina. Still splitsy towards right-handers. I do like how that Castillo does have the ground ball tendencies. The movement's a little specky, but he makes up for it with the control. We have the cash. And if Jung does well, then we can just keep him for a long time. How does 650 no guarantee sound? You're not getting closer. That's Singer the Slinger. You're going to be difficult, aren't you? All right, let's go get Diego Castillo, sorry. And my music broke because they keep including that one song that sounds a little too PG-13. So I have to skip it. There we go. All right, so let's get our non-roster invitees up and onto the big league club. Wait a minute. Oh, rats. We already have our 4. I forgot that the foreign player limit in this save is 4, not 5. So between Singer, Spence, Hinojosa, and Winkle, we're already capped off. Whatever, we'll keep Herman stuffed in the minors. Alright, nobody else really is worth bringing up except Kaneki Jr. There's a girl in the bullpen. All right. The fact that his control is stuck at 30 means I have severe concerns about Okita doing well in the bullpen or in the rotation. We're going to force him into the bullpen, so at least it's not too bad. Why do you not want to put Shun Murakami in our starting rotation? I want to speak to the manager. Whatever. Manager's gonna manage. It's just for spring training. Let's clear the game strategy and see who my manager actually wants to put in the rotation. People are going to get injured anyway. Apparently he's really fond of Misaki. Okay. You will also notice that Ryuma Yamada is ready to go. Our number 6 prospect gets spring training opening day. I always do my first cuts of the year at the breaks. We'll keep Kurimoto as basically a backup outfielder at this point. Let's fast forward to the 7th. Of March. Man, my posture sucks so much. I just had a massage therapy session earlier today and my neck's already tense. Alright, Onoki's gonna need to skip a start. Oh no, Kobayashi's stuff is now sitting at 105. Alright, Ikuta, shoulder strain. Let's not risk the biscuit there. On to the 8-day DL for you. I want to see if Kaneki Jr. makes the team. I really do. Because then, that becomes the storyline for 2029. The gender barrier is broken in NPB, thanks to a crossover character from Dishnet's stream. Oop, Onoki's ratings are starting to drop. That contract looks pretty bad now. Hayashi seems to be getting some decent reviews. Hoping Omiya turns into a decent bullpen guy. Diego Castillo is going to sit in the minor league system for now. Maybe we should have gone for that South Korean guy. Spring training's not going the way we expected. Have to remember, these games don't count. Jung went to the... Okay. To the Astros. All right. First cuts of the camp. Kaneki Jr. is among them. promote. Game type spring training. Oh man, Winkle's having a bad spring training. Let's see if we can give him a little bit of breathing room. Let's bench or send Abe down. Shima Bukuro, leave him up for now. Miura is not ready for primetime yet. Alright, so Miyamoto has done well with the bat. Credit where credit is due. Oyama's slugging the piss out of the ball. Okay. And then between Kurosu and Takase. I think it's going to be Kurosu who heads down. Keeping 3 at each position, then we'll go to 2, and then we'll go to whoever's actually making the club. Tamura heads down. Urushihara hasn't made a play yet. Or Hayashi, credit where credit is due. Takazawa's off to a good start in his career with us. Ditto for Date. Zaijiro may make the club this year. Number 10 prospect. We've got a lot of top prospects in the pipeline, most of which are with our club. I'm curious about the predicciones. They are predicting that we will win the pennant. I will take that. They're predicting we're going to give up almost over 100 runs fewer than the next best team. Yes, I like. Oh, and we're going to have some of the top sluggers between Hinojosa, Hirayama, Awaihara. Kobayashi is going to be an absolute stud. Aoyagi and... Ooh, they're predicting big things for Ryuma Yamada now. Fingers crossed Onoki can continue to deliver, even though his ratings just went compared to years prior. Maybe our scout has him pegged wrong? That's what I'm hoping. When is the next break in spring training? It is the 20th. Date, of course, is injured now. I mean, we're going to try and keep him down as long as we can, to be honest, because we've got a bit of a logjam in the outfield. He's supposed to replace one of Hirayama, or now Takazawa. Next season is going to be fun. Next season. This season! It's 2029 already. Miyamoto wants his job back. Alright, Ikuta, healthy again. Ah, Ikuta works into the rotation now. I want to see how he does. Onuki getting aging curve that quickly kind of annoys me, but let's see. Alright, team's recovering. On a bit of a burner now in spring training. Exactly what you want to see coming into the start of the regular season. And the final cuts be Maniwa, Uehara, Ishita Nakagawa, Saito, and Hashimoto. It annoys me that Murakami is now in the bullpen, but I'll manage. And Okita is going to head down to the minors to continue seasoning and be part of our rotation. Bullpen looks a little sus, but I think we can make it work. Probably but through trade. More than likely through trade. Uehara is probably upset that he went from the Major League Club in the Spirit down to the minors with us, but deal. Mike Barron is not going to be a savior for us, so we're going to release him. Bye-bye. Kaneki Jr. needs a refresh on the scouting. I really hope Yamaoki turns into the stopper type I know he can be. Yuto as our lefty spec. Murakami as a middle relief guy, I guess. He also is decent specialist. Alright. No, not college. All levels. Spring training. So who's going to win the starting spot behind Tenko? It's going to be Ishibashi. Pat the bat heads down. Which sucks because we're losing one of our captains, but it does mean we have a free foreign player slot. Might be for Diego Castillo, might be for another foreign batter. Alright, so Ito wants his job. Let's send Shima Bakuro down. We're basically going to be flipping between Hinojosa and Kaito Ito. We might platoon them. Might. I want more... Yeah, my manager's getting too big for his britches. He likes control too much. Awaihara is going to be fun. I think I'm going to turn off Matsunaga as our backup second baseman. I'm also going to turn off benching Awaihara. Ryunosuke as a leadoff and power bat. So fun. Takase is going to go down. Yuhei Sato is still going to be on the team for leadership, and he's actually batting pretty well. Not Oyama well. Of 9 hits, 5 have gone over the fence. Love it. I don't think we need both backup shortstops, so those folks head down. Because we've got now both Matsunaga and Miyamoto coming in off the bench. And then, outfield-wise, nobody's really lighting the world on fire, but of them, Suehiro keeps striking out too much and is not quite ready for prime time, so we're going to demote him. And there's our roster. Zaijido Date is going to be... We're going to bring him back. He's going to be our last minor league invitee. Maybe he sticks with the club. Torn ankle ligaments. Wow. Durable my behind. Kobayashi hasn't allowed a run all spring training, by the way. Just putting that out there. Okay, this looks more like the spring training I was expecting from the boys in blue pinstripes. Now, time for the final cut. Did Date do enough to stay up with the big club? Not yet. So, he heads down. This is goofy. And he's probably going to be our opening day starter for the third time in a row. Ikuta and Yamada make the rotation. Awaihara finishes spring training second in batting, tops in home runs, tops in RBI, tied with Oyama. I like it. I think this team is gonna be something special. So you know what we're gonna do just before the spring, or before we get to opening night? We are gonna look for a foreign pitcher reliever, or pitcher of any kind, either in the independent leagues, where we can only need to spend 250 grand, or on the free agency list. Someone who can give Singer the Slinger some help. I have to go back through my VODs to figure out which postseason it was that we just ate Singer's lunch. I think it might have been 2027 when we won the Japan series. And we faced the Tigers in the final stage. That was the Tanaka walk-off series. Yaguchi's given a top prospect rating. Did everyone else graduate? Oh no, Ikuta's now 11th, ready to start. Yamada's 15th, ready to start. Mitsunaga, top 20. Date, 29th. Is anyone on the Major League roster that needs to be added from the 40-man? Nope, everyone's already on it. Now, let's take a look at the batting ratings. I mean, Miyamoto was worth 2 wins above replacement after taking over from Keito Mori, but I still think Awaihara at second and Oyama at third is the right way to go. Besides, look at these defensive subs. We got plenty. And I've got the strategy set up so that we bench players once they hit 95% fatigue, so we'll be giving opportunities to folks to relax, to take multiple opportunities to make it into the club. Alright, I customized this view to hide contact, and now it bugs me. Customize. Batting ratings. Contact. So yeah, Oyama has contact issues, but whatever. When he connects, it's gone. I just want to see if there's any situations where we do need to have a platoon split. Ishibashi isn't quite as good against lefties. Good to know. Ito's pretty balanced. Hinohosa's slightly better against lefties. Awaihara's balanced, okay. And Miyamoto does better against lefties, but I'm not seeing anything that truly says, like, we have to bench this guy. Not even Hirayama. I do think this is the team. Ogasawara in the 2-hole, I disagree with a little bit. If anything, I'd actually, you know what, that may be the 4th start. Ogasawara in leadoff instead of the 2 spot. No, apparently that shakes up everything, and that my manager hates that. Okay, Awaihara's gonna hit all the leadoff dingers then. Whatever. An alrighty rotation, yeah, it's not the greatest. The fact that Onoki, okay, his stuff came back a little bit, and his control is still 80 out of 80, so he's gonna be a bit of a scrapper. Yamada with an 85 movement as a ground baller. Oh, he's going to be so fun. So fun. And Ikuta kicks 70 movement, 65 control. He's ready, buddy. We got 2 side armors in Kobayashi. Or no, Kobayashi used to be a side armor. Now he's a ground baller. So we got over the top, normal, side armor in Aoyagi, side armor in Ikuta, normal for Yamada, over the top for Onoki. Our rotation features 3 different throwing slots across 6 pitching slots. Alright, still waiting for AZ Axel to get started. So let's go find that reliever type. Why is Corey Smith here available on the waiver wire? You know what? Eyes too low. You don't need... You, good sir. You are too expensive in perfect team. My British Red Ensigns desperately need the Bunt Jazz Chisholm Jr. because I'm tired of running the live one. Seated Reese Hoskins? Reese is still looking for a job. And now you come to me. No. Hinohosa's our first baseman. Let's see if we can find a decent reliever to take over. We're going to sign Tim Blake and his fantastic-looking mustache to our minor league team. Howard could be fun. especially as a lefty. More so than Yohei Kaguya. Actually, let's take a scouting report on Kaguya. We may still go and sign him. So between Love and Howard. Or do we sign Nate Pearson and then move him to the bullpen? Oh, he wants the starting rotation spot. Okay. Howard is the better pitcher. Okay. He's not even that splitty. He is better against lefties, but not by that much. Let's... We'd be willing to give you a guaranteed 1 year or $1 million deal. Okay, Sam Howard is being a pain in the butt. Let's go for the substitute, Austin Love. Alright, still waiting for OTP developments channel to start. So let's take a break. I don't feel like advancing any further in out of the park. We've still got the 13th best, or 13th out of 16 teams payroll.
League baseball. That hasn't been a
Shush dish, not right now. Let me double check if AZ is actually going. Well, let's get the music started up again. So we got Giancarlo Stanton on one of our opposing teams. That's fun. Fun with a capital F. Alright, you know what we're going to do in the meantime? We are going to sign up for a perfect draft with a Bob Cajun Bob's team, because Lord knows I could use a choice pack that can give me that perfect Bob Gibson or something close to it. Maybe we'll do a daily perfect with Waylon __. Thank you for the follow. Monday Rebirth Gold Boom. Yeah, let's sign up for that. And sign up for that one too. My theme teams need help. Especially those poor, beleaguered British Red Ensigns and the Jazz Chisholm, but getting that perfect Bob Gibson would be hella fun. As I sit on Out of the Park Developments waiting for that channel to start. Okay. So, this is 1949, no DH. I have to remember that. Oh. Alright, so catcher count 1. Mickey Cochran would be a fun one to pick right out the chute. Monte Irvin plays everywhere. No, I'm not second guessing. It's Cochran. Clark with the big stick. The lesser Gentili. Let's go with Jack Clark and let's move him to first. Hey, there's a new Belanger card. Oh, we're taking that. Alright, I forgot to check if there were any catchers in that last round, so the catcher count is no longer accurate. Let's see here. Frisch could be fun as a second baseman. Ditto for Lonnie Frey. Now, we're going to go with Brooks at third. Should get a pitcher, though. Gornitsky. All right, catcher count 3. Larry Doby's interesting, but I think he doesn't... Yeah, he's corner outfielder, center field in a pinch. There's a new Ozzie Blugie card. Ted Trent. No. Well, actually, batting stats aren't that bad. Ooh, okay, we're going to go with Wally Moon. And I think we're going to go with Ted Trent. Catcher count is now 5. Let's take Cliff Melton. Hammer and Hank or Mission Hargrove? Let's move Clark into right field. Take a bit of a hit defensive. Oh no, he's still got an 88 arm. And let's take Hammer and Hank as our first baseman. No DH after all. I think I found our center fielder, Thurman Tucker. Or do we go with Cheney White? We can at least play other positions, and it's a bit less of a noodly bat. Yeah, we're going to go with Cheney White on this. Now, as for the pitching side, let's add... I like Pasquale actually as a closer more, as a bullpen. I don't normally play historical, so I don't know how many guys in the rotation we need. All I know is that 41 is probably too low of a stamina to play there. We do need a second baseman who can actually field. Let's go with Lazzari. We're going to take William Bell And the 105 stamina. Much appreciated. Alright, that's catcher count 6. So once we hit the bronze rounds, we might want to look into getting a catcher or someone who can do double... Oh, John Beckwith! John Beckwith can do double duty and can play other positions. We're going to go with him. Okay, that was easy. And then... we go with Pipgrass. I think we go with McCormick. There, 5 starters. We're good. I probably should have gotten some better bullpen arms, but whatever. They're not like people are going to actually use the bullpen. We need a backup outfielder. Someone like a Carlos May. And he'll probably do well in the bullpen, Billy Hooft. We do need another second baseman. Oh, let's get Sturdivant. Yeah, he'll play. Crits or Bartel? Okay, so it's got to be crits. Maybe we only go with a 4-man rotation. Let's go with 5. There's a Bob and Bob Smith. Let's go with Al Jackson. And Hector Lopez as another defensive option. Let's get one more outfielder among the bunch that we've got here in the last round. There's the long Bob, Bob Kennedy. Okay, looks like it's going to be John Milner. That's it. Bowman. Andujar. Markham. So we're going to go with a 12 or a 7-man bullpen. And let's go with Bob Kennedy. I probably messed that up, but whatever. Pasquale as a stopper. Yes. Yes! I like that. Alright, unfortunately, folks, I do have to bolt. Nersha, I know, is going at 6 o'clock. It does not seem like AZ Axel is starting Out of the Park Developments, the official channel at the moment. So if it's all right with y'all, I think we're going to wrap up the raid. And then you can tune in at a later time. In terms of other activities going on the channel, I'm going to try and keep the Starlight to Saturdays. I don't want to overdo it. Sleep Time with Sweegie still goes Tuesday, 10:15 Eastern at night. And then the Wednesday White Weenies, my Magic the Gathering RPG, which got off to a rocky start, will have its second episode ever on Wednesday, 8 o'clock Eastern. I think that'll about wrap it up for me. Time is precious, and I'm grateful that you've chosen to spend some of yours with me today. Enjoy the last gasps of autumn, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving. Firage, take us out!